We're on air.
Steve, I wanted Havoc. I wanted you to know that I found this in a box for you.
What is that?
Look at that. It's your favorite band in the world.
Okay, everybody. Sorry we're late.
No.
9 o'clock. Welcome to Talking Shit with Collection Connection. We have got lots of great stuff today. My dinner lagged. People we were with wanted shakes, and they made the server take forever to get us out. So I'm so horribly sorry that it was me that lagged us this time. Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, I suck just as bad when it sucks for everyone. So truly sorry. We've got the Scots, Make Havoc, Nick Vargad's iPhone, and Isaac from the Comic Cave.
What up?
So we've had some great content coming out today. We were able to, or those of us who were able to catch all of the content this week. We watched Bollywood's RRR from Netflix. We got a chance to see the twerking of She-Hulk.
Hey, she is baddie alert.
Oof. We got episode 3 of House of the Dragons and the first 2 episodes of Josh's jam, The Rings of Power. So welcome to Talking Shit. Lots of shit to talk. First shit to talk about is we're trying to get into the pick of week every week, but we weren't able to have a pick of the week this week because
we weren't even able to have a comic cave this week.
We didn't even have a. And you know what? We have not. That's the first time.
That's the first comic cave we've missed in the last 3 years. How long we've been doing this?
Well, what are we at? 170 episodes, 52 weeks in a year. Yeah, it's been over 3 years. We haven't.
I knew there was something missing in my life last week.
First one in 3.5 years that we fucked up. Sorry.
Oh, for sure. Actually, it's the first one I missed because all you guys have missed it. I'm the only one who hasn't missed it. Jose's missed a few. You missed one.
I missed one. I missed one because I was out of town. But yeah, it was a first for everything. We'll get back
what my wife says.
Back on track.
So we're coming back. It's gonna be good times. Will be had by all. Comic Cave might be silenced for 1 week, but they'll come roaring back next week, and I'm sure it'll be extra entertaining.
Jose's late like always, Israel. Jose is late like always. He's always gonna be later than all of us.
Isaac, I don't got
we're already late, and we're already late, and he's later than Nate.
Yeah.
Liz, do we know any update on the comics that are coming?
Well, John Diamond, we're getting like the in-depth view of Diamond's pick process, and so the reason why the last week it didn't work was there was a pallet that was damaged, and it was us and like 2 other stores, but ours is the majority of the pallet, and the other because the way it's a shipping thing. In order to get a cheaper discount on shipping for pickup points, they ship it by freight and by pallets for a whole bunch of stores into one like general location for everybody to go to and pick up their stuff. So our pallet was tipped, destroyed, somehow it was damaged, and that's what they told us, is that it was damaged. So we're not to the point where they didn't ship any of this stuff on the pallet to us, so they have to go through, they have to check it, they have to pick out what's good, what's bad, re-invoice, re-pick, redo all of that nonsense. So we're hoping that stuff comes through, but I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you for last week's and this week's stuff. My guess is that if it shipped, because they also didn't send us our email this week, so I don't know. Maybe I just missed the email. So usually when they miss a week, it comes the following week. So it should be here with this week's stuff. If not, it'll be with, depending on where the pick process is and what they're doing.
In the chat right now, we've got Greeny Machine, Israel Dominguez, They Gone, and John.
What's up, guys?
They said a happy birthday to your dad, Liz. Hello,
Thank
hello,
you.
friends. Everybody's just happy to be here. And yeah.
We're happy to have you guys.
John says he'll have an update tomorrow, so we'll see.
Yeah, we're still trying to sort it and figure it out. We have made other inroads and steps to before we were just with Lunar for DC, Scout, and all that. There's a handful at Lunar distributes, and we were sticking with Diamond because it was the devil we knew type situation with regards to like Marvel and other publishers. So we've now opened the Penguin Random House, I think is it PRH, Penguin Random House. Oh my God, I can't talk. If this is any inclination of the evening, I need to go get more alcohol because it'll be more fun.
Let's drink. We'll get some drinks.
So,
yeah, baby.
We have opened up.
Wait, this is my question. What do they do to fix that?
Yeah.
So,
like how do they
I already
rectify
got
that
my
situation?
drink. You guys better hurry up and catch up with me, man.
rum and coke, honey.
Be right back.
What do they do to fix it? They say, sorry, we'll look into it. We'll try to. They don't.
And then now your shipment that they're catching up with you on, they give you a discount on, or what the fuck?
No,
or
they
hey,
don't. So what happens? So normally what happens is that you get your invoice, you pay your invoice that week, and then whether or not, so if they in some weeks where they don't ship us a week's worth of stuff, or they miss half of our stuff, we still have to pay that full invoice even though we didn't get everything.
Salud.
And then they go back and we tell them what didn't get paid, and they either refill it, or if they don't refill it, they credit us. They credit us for it. Is how that works.
maybe it's just the hospitality industry, but when I fuck something up, then I make it to where the person's shit that I fuck up, that they are happier than they would have been if I had gotten it right in the first place.
Well, and under normal circumstances, I think people would do that because they're like, oh, well, we don't need to eat at your restaurant anymore. We can go eat over here and get a similar food, or over here and get something different.
You mean
You know
like the
what I
other comic shops can?
With regards to this, though, with distribution, people can go to other comic book stores and get it. So this will this will affect our business. It will. It affects my relationship with you guys because you guys rely on getting comic books from us because we say we're going to have it, and then it doesn't come through. So it not just doesn't screw up a little bit; it screws up a lot, and they don't realize. But as far as distribution goes, there's only three distributors.
I mean, at least
Penguin
there's three now, right? That's been a byproduct of the apocalypse, right?
But
Because before 2020, they were the only
it's
deal in town, right?
It's just now happening. So we have three distributors. You've got Lunar that distributes DC with a handful of things. You've got Diamond, who distributes everything else, and possibly Marvel. For Penguin Random House deals with Marvel only. So in order for us to not have this problem again, but it's also a distributor issue because Lunar's done it to us before as well. So this isn't just it's a lot of coordination. I don't know if it's just us having shitty luck, or what, but it puts a lot of pressure on us as well because we look like the assholes standing there with our penises in our hands.
Oh.
And all I can do is say, I'm sorry, and this is what happened.
As it came in right at
Josh
the
is
best start.
stoked. He gets a hand job every time a Diamond fucks up. He's a happy dude.
And I mean, I like to blase play it off. What the fuck, dude? That's my alcohol. I blase play it off, but it bothers me and it upsets me. And I want to literally take a drive in the next 2 days if I wasn't coming out to California in 2 days to drive to Diamond and be like, what the fuck? And ask them what the hell's going on and why this is happening and is this standard, and I don't know.
Liz, just remember, everything bad, when there's a bunch of bad shit that happens, that means something amazing is coming down the fucking pipe. So watch, dude. When you get here to California, someone's gonna walk through that door and it's gonna have not only the dopest back issues you've ever seen, but it's probably gonna be like, oh my God, there's $1 billion book in there. No, Make Havoc can't have it.
I am hopeful for that, but I also have to, you know, all I can do is I'm sorry to the Comic Cave guys and to Nate, because two of your guys' mainstay show is relied on getting books from us, and now we've fucked it up for you guys in your track record, and I feel bad about that. I do, and I'm sorry.
No, that's
it's not even your fault though.
Yeah. We're not.
It's not. We're not even.
I know it's not, but that's part of what Nate was saying about trying to make people, you know, feel, you know, like, I don't know. It bothers me that this is happening, and it bothers me that it's.
Well, that's why you guys are going to continue to be in business, though, because whether or not they make it right, you guys do.
Yeah, you guys had a back issue sale for half off everything. Like that's really good. Like
when did this happen? No one told me about that.
Apparently you don't look at their Instagram posts because it was all over Instagram.
What's this thing Instagram you talk about? What is this thing?
Not just Instagram, but the chat thread that we communicate for the show on.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
Get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
More and more about this, the back end of the industry that I didn't think about before and didn't have to worry about before. So now I'm learning, because when they tell me, oh well, this is just how it goes. Why? How do we make this not happen again? How do we make this happen less often, or the screw up less, or you know what I mean? Like how? And I don't have an answer. And they're not giving me satisfactory answers, which is the bummer part.
like the Stones.
Yeah.
You can't get no satisfactory answers. All right. Looks like there's the case of freedom right there, Josh. Got something exciting?
I feel like I would call him up and be like, do you just hate us? Because if you hate us, then at least I got something to go with. All right. Now I'm off my pity party. Or I get back on it with my.
What are you building in that box there, dude? What's
in the box?
That's his poker set.
Yeah, it's no big deal. It's just cards and
he was dusting it
chips.
off because the cats were.
You're lucky I don't take your money.
I thought you were loading up a gun. Like, damn, dude, they're serious. I was like,
That's right. If we were going to California, we were gonna.
Do we have our game? Then do we have our Christmas party game?
Yeah, it's poker.
Just Christmas
poker.
Party game.
I don't even know her.
What's the Christmas party game?
Well, we did the beans, we did the hot sauce.
What was the one that I came up with the other day that I said like a couple of weeks ago that we should be doing for our game?
I don't know.
It was like another food thing, I thought.
I don't know if Hide the Salami will work on YouTube.
Hey, Nando said to Steve, shush, Steve, I took your money.
I was there too. I was there too.
We just let him take our money because he did some good cooking.
Don't lump me into that thing. I lost fair and square. I gave Steve's girlfriend extra money. I gave Steve my money.
Israel thought
and he still lost.
Israel thought it was the suitcase from Pulp Fiction.
Oh damn!
The light of God came out.
Let it glow when you open it up. There's like a little button in there.
Let it glow.
So are we gonna do 2 picks of the week next week or this week?
It only will be 1. We don't do 2.
Stick to tradition.
We only do 1. We always do an honorable mention. We'll do that.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll only be 1.
That's fair enough. All right. So we've got our content outside of comics coming up. We did. Well, let's see who all did the She-Hulk.
I did.
I did She-Hulk. I would do She-Hulk.
I watched that mediocre show.
How about Zoom user?
He's not even there, dude. He's not
Zoom,
even
even
Zoom
there.
user took off
there.
as soon as I asked about Zoom user. All right. So let's see. Episode 3 of She-Hulk. Out of I don't know how many. She's breaking the fourth wall. She's always angry and always holds it in. And she likes to twerk now at the end of the show, which is a big controversy out here in Nerdland. So let's see, we'll talk to Nick Vargad first. Fuzzy himself.
I thought again, I had fun with it. It wasn't bad or anything. Like I felt like this one, like when you watch Daredevil and the law part of it, like, the court drama and shit, it's like, it feels more like, oh shit. Like, there's stuff. This was like, oh yeah, she's going to win the case by doing this. And Wong, appears and blah, blah, blah. It's like, it was fun. Like, again, I don't hate the show. I don't know why everyone gives us so much shit, but it's fine by me. Did you guys like the joke where she's like, when they were yelling out, like someone's yelling out through the crowd, like, is it true you were shot? Like they said the origin story in the crowd of She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Did you catch that?
It was a botched assassin or something.
Yeah,
mock it.
I started dying laughing. I was like, damn, they're trying to fix it real quick. Like, they just went in at the last minute and was like, dub it in real quick, dude. Hurry up. They're pissed off on the intranet. Yeah, I like
They're known to do that too.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Like one of the kings of doing it is Gary Marshall and his sister. So like Big and like anything like that, they would go and have drinks and then come watch a screening of the movie and start yelling shit at the screen. And then if they thought it was funny enough, they would write it down and then go in the next room and record it and put it in the fucking movie. Oh, hey, and I started with Liz. I started working on that song.
Yay!
Israel wants to know if we're going to ignore the fact that Steve's face just got revealed.
He's been doing that
because
since last week.
We've seen his face.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's best that
We know what he looks like. Israel, so.
No, it's what you should be asking is the chat. Are we afraid, chat? Are we afraid?
They're not speaking to us. They're speaking to each other. So it makes sense. All right. Yeah, She-Hulk. I've been here's my thing, right? I'm as a show itself, I guess I'm having okay of a time with it. I think the problem that I'm having is it was explained to me that it's just this fourth wave and this being a part of it is not as like the original first wave, maybe even the second wave of the Marvel movies are going to be epically legendary movies forever. That content will always be great and it'll always hold up and it will be the kind of thing that we'll always be able to watch. And a lot of the stuff that's coming up out now, although it's not bad, it's kind of throwaway. And it's like
they have no idea where they're going or what they're going to go to.
Yeah, and it's not that it's bad. It's it doesn't hold up to that original stuff.
I agree with that, dude. Like, and I've been saying that too, but I thought about this when I was about this the other day, and I said, with the whole quote multiverse, and then we know Kang's coming and all that stuff. So what if all these like little side stories are meant to be like things from the multiverse, and when they do that movie, it all comes together, which I'm hoping for. Something like, because that's the thing.
They did the multiverse.
It's still
twice.
It's still a product, you know what I mean?
We had Doctor Strange's and we had Spider-Man's. Now that's the one thing I will say is that they did do Spider-Man,
yeah, Loki.
Right?
And you don't forget about Loki too.
Yes, Spider-Man was legit, and Loki. I think Loki was all right. Like I said, they're not bad. I don't think they're bad.
But I'm saying what you meant about going into the multiverse. Yes, that's three shows.
Oh, yeah,
already
okay,
that-
okay, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. So I'm just, we've just been getting our socks knocked off for so long, and maybe we're just spoiled.
We are
You know?
spoiled.
Yeah, I think that's a
We're
big part
really
of it
spoiled.
too.
We got
Yeah.
all types of shit given to us at all different
Well,
areas.
well, you could tell how, like you said, the first 10 years, of course, there was a couple of movies that were not great, but overall, everything stick to the same story till the ending. And both last two movies were amazing. And now, like a lot of the main actors and writers and directors are no longer doing it, and it's all new people. To me, it's just not cutting it right now.
Well, I think I said this last week. It's kind of like originally,
It's just mediocre.
well, it was about great stories, and they have a super rich history in comic book stores. Come on, guys. I mean, that's how we all even know each other. It's through this medium. And
But comics are crazy, they're wacky, so you're gonna have some crazy wacky shows like this.
yeah, and you expect there to be somewhat, but I mean, how many shows and movies have come out since Endgame? One out of all of those things that have come out, in my opinion, and correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not the wizard of the universe or anything like that. I'm not Doctor Strange, but Spider-Man, that's the one that still was epic. That was still like had the oohs and the ahs and took me in a lot of different directions, and I still hold reverence for it. Whereas the other ones, while I was watching them, I was entertained. I was like, haha, that's a funny little joke. But it's not going to be funny the next time I watch it. It's just not going to carry that weight that those original ones did. I just don't see it. Now, I can see the jaded geek chewing his fingernails there. So let's pull the string and see what.
How much time you got, buddy?
First of all, how many of you guys even know that like Megan the Stallion was like a real person and not just a shit character that Marvel made up?
I did. I knew.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I just learned about the Edgar haircut today.
Edgar.
Yeah, I knew.
I don't know.
Come on, boomers, get with the times.
It was disgusting. I honestly thought that they made up something for the show, and then I find out this is like a real performance artist. Like, oh my god! So basically, what we have is life imitates art. You have a shit show, you have shit artists, and it's all wrapping together like in one big shit sandwich.
Hey, I want to just say that I like big butts, and I cannot lie.
Yeah,
and you other brothers can't deny.
We already figured that out. So now the other thing that's not related to that show.
It's Film Age Studios. Film Age Studios. They were Film Age Studios was hardcore engaged in my first meme ever. Had lots of things to say about it. So.
Oh really?
What's going on, guys?
So the other thing is I'm kind of concerned that in this circle of very elite individuals that I have the privilege of getting together with every Monday night, that you guys are adopting a loser attitude. Oh, we've been so blessed with great stuff.
Hey, don't put me with these guys.
Hey, I still got my.
These guys.
I showed up. I
Now
got
we're
my.
being
Don't put havoc with us.
We're being fed trash, right? We're being fed trash. You're like, we should be grateful for what we receive. You guys are going to eat the bugs.
No, not
That's
me.
what's going to happen. You guys are going to be eating the bugs because you guys have accepted a lower standard.
I smoke the buds, my friend. I don't eat them.
Hell no.
Hey, I've been. I can
that's
tongue
on
touch a
Nick
butthole any day. Like that and just.
It's a party, yada 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 yada.
Hey, I play that song every time I'm doing the live stream, and when it comes on, I yell out. I say, "Hey guys, if you got your better half in front of them, make them do the booty clap, do the body yada yada yada."
Jeez Louise. So
best meme though from that is that one where I think Isaac, one of you guys sent it. where they show her doing the clap and then it says plus the booty clap.
or the other one that Stan Lee is rolling on his grave right now after they saw that.
Oh man,
dude, Stan Lee loved women. He loved women. He would have loved that scene. He would have groped. He would have groped that digital chick.
So my last piece on She-Hulk, and I think this is kind of the main issue with the show, is that the central protagonist is an unlikable character. I don't identify her. What I want for her is for her to be defeated.
That you wouldn't identify with a woman.
No.
Because then we're gonna have to have a different discussion.
No. So I had no problems. I had no problems being sympathetic toward Black Widow, but I have a lot of issues with Jennifer Walters. I want her to be defeated. I want her to lose in like every episode.
No,
she's an unlikable character.
JD Geek is right. No, you're right on that. Like, she has the same conversation we had about Superman and stuff like that, about how, they're not up against anything. She's not up against anything. We've been through 3 episodes already, and there is no main bad. There's nothing like that. Like, this feels that I agree with you there on that.
No character flaw, no personal growth that needs to happen.
Hey, was that the Wrecking Crew that just we just saw?
Yeah, dude, that was horrible.
That was garbage.
I've got a big complaint about that. That Wrecking Crew that they premiered on this was just like, what the fuck? Come on, you could do a better
they made
job.
Them dumber than the. Oh, it was just horrible.
Unreal.
Was that the one she said there was construction guys from Asgard?
Yeah, that's the Wrecking Crew, dude.
Yeah. And even that fight, the only thing I liked was the way she punched that dude and he went flying. I was like, see, that's what I'm talking about right there.
There was nothing good about that fight. That was horrible.
Fuzzy, the thing is that while I agree with you that, like with Superman, the problem is that there's no challenge that's great enough to really make him like be in a position where he's at risk. That's not really the case with She-Hulk. And it's not that she's not threatened. It's that she's not likable. She's an irritating person. And as an irritating person, I remember coworkers that were like that. I would rather that they would get fired or, some other disciplinary action than have to listen to their nonsense all the time. Like,
talking about you, Isaac.
So,
wait a minute. I see Zoom user. It says the year is 2033. We have just got all our gas cars taken away from us.
Anyway.
No, dude, like I know, and again, I agree with you in that sense. Like I think they're going for the hokey, like, we're gonna win you over with jokes instead of good deeds. Like, again, in the writing community, it's called shooting the cat. Your main character cannot shoot the cat. So in some form or another, your main character has to either walk by a bum on the street, give him a buck. He's got to find a stray cat and feed it, and he can't kill the cat because then he can go around and murder people like the Punisher, and it's okay because now he fed a cat, and she hasn't done that. She hasn't done anything to redeem herself. She doesn't have anything she's fighting up against. Like, she's been talking about things, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, it seems like she's a know-it-all. So I get what you're saying, and I agree with you. But it's just the feel of the show is what I think a lot of us are being okay with. It's just like, oh, okay, it's going to be one of these silly little things. They look into the camera, they talk to it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to. Hopefully, it doesn't make the movies that's going to be coming out later. Like, I'm hoping Wakanda saves some of that stuff.
Right, but with Marvel, we have our expectations set up here, and now all of a sudden they're producing down here. I don't think we should let them get away with that.
To defend Josh, if this is the level that we are on now with these products, I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to maintain this particular streaming service. I mean, there's other ones, or I might just do the rotating thing where it's like I'll keep this one for 2 months and binge their shit, and I'll keep this one for 2 months. In fact, the only thing that's keeping me on the amount of them that I am even on is sharing them, or the fact that I was like gonna cancel one, but I wanted to be able to talk about relevant shit for this. So if it wasn't for that, man, I would be trying to, look at reducing the workload. But children.
What about you, Isaac?
What?
What'd you think? What'd you think of it?
I enjoyed it, but like I said, my biggest complaint was the Wrecking Crew intro, and then you could tell that CGI is not that great. They're using like the worst production they can get for their pennies on that.
Yeah.
They would have been better off with like Lou Ferrigno and drag or something.
Right?
Now that would be a woke show.
Oh, all right.
I like it, but I'm a girl, and I have a feeling that I like it on a different level than you guys do. The one thing I don't like is I don't like her CG. I do not like that. I look at that and I think of Shrek. It's Fiona. You know what I mean? Like,
come on, donkey.
That's the problem. Is that when they do that, like I automatically go to like Cameron Diaz is who I see. Like,
do you not feel? Do you feel that? I mean, we never disrespect you or make you feel any less welcome. I don't think as being the girl in our group. In fact, you're probably more welcome. And do you think that when you sit at the table with us, that you have to like emasculinate us, or is that your job now that you're sitting at the table with men, is to make those men be less of people themselves, or are you just we all just friends and we're all just equals here getting together to have a good time to talk about this stuff?
Hold on,
I think that one of the big problems.
Leading the witness. This is leading the witness.
First of all,
do I feel
So
the
user.
need to emasculate you? No, but when I do, sometimes I'll be honest, I feel good about myself when I do.
Before you sit down, make sure you serve all of us, woman, a drink.
No, I don't ever feel like you leave me out, or that
good woman, good woman.
or any of that stuff. And
Now burp him. Now burp him.
Chit-chatting about stuff. I like it. It's fun.
As the good Lord said, now sit down, woman, when the men are speaking. Just joking.
This isn't House of the Dragon.
Sometimes
There you go.
A segue into that.
I was about to say,
Segue
good
into
segue,
House of
good
Dragons.
segue, good segue.
Are we officially segged?
Yeah, we're done with
Yeah.
She-Hulk.
Yeah,
I'm done.
we don't want
I'm
to talk
done
about
I wish we
shitting
were
on
done.
She-Hulk, dude.
I wish we were done with She-Hulk.
I like
wish.
her. I like her a lot. She's good stuff. She's good conversation piece. You hate her, you love her, you don't like her, you're sick of her, you're still talking about her.
You know, we did dodge Miss Marvel. That was a show that came out during the run of this.
I got.
Yeah, but
I
you
got
weren't
3
you weren't
episodes
actually like passing it on to us to all like watch it and stuff. Like you weren't actually making it part of the show. So
Because I didn't fucking
we weren't
watch that
exactly.
shit.
So since you weren't engaging in it, we weren't gonna engage in it.
No, but to be fair, I mean, it doesn't have to just be, you know, if you guys say that there's something that's in our lane, that it would be, I'm down to watch it. You know, just like I watch
What's Is that the one with George Clooney?
Yeah, I didn't watch that garbage either.
Which one?
Oh, shut up, Sanchez.
No, look. I'm down to watch it. No, I watched the trailer. I sat down and I
Sanchez.
I saw that. I was like, yeah.
What is it?
That's like
I watched the trailer and I was like, okay, dude, I'm down to watch it. Like I'm down. Like I'll fuck it. It's a Bollywood action movie.
Any Bollywood shit, I'm out.
But when I saw the running time, I went, God, this is a day. This is a fucking day movie. I was like, oh my God.
What was the running time on it?
3 hours.
It was 3 hours, dude.
Yeah,
You didn't see me commenting on the chat thread?
I didn't even entertain the thing. I saw what you guys posted. I'm like, I'm good. I already watched Slumdog Millionaires.
If look at and again, if no one else watches it, I'm gonna watch it because again, you got me on the trailer. It was a good trailer. It was a very good trailer. So I was like, yeah, but I was like 3 hours, dude. That's a day. I'm gonna have to see it, and I'm gonna have to read half the movie. That's the other part, dude. I'm like, fuck, man.
Yeah. That was the only part. That was the only part of the movie that bothered me, was having to split between paying attention to what's happening and having to read the dialogue simultaneously.
Which is weird too, because
but they did have Spanish subtitles.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
When you read the dialogue though, and you watch their lips move, it's actually.
I think they filmed it in English.
Speak of the devil. I said they got Spanish dubbing, and then here comes Jose.
Latinx.
As if almost.
That was the weirdest thing, and so I'm wondering if you can find like the English version.
Well,
of it.
a lot of people don't know this. So the Mexican movies that I wrote, they were all written in English, filmed in English, and then dubbed in Spanish. So there are English versions out there of foreign films.
Yeah, but this was written in English, spoken English, subtitled English. So it's like, what the? All right, like
live from outer space, we've got the doggy in the house, Jose Vargas.
Hey, my host, my host the other night was talking to me. His name was Little Flipper, and Little Flipper was like, "Hey, dog, do you know a guy named Latinx?" I said, "Dude, I know that cat, man. I know that guy. He's a good guy." And Flipper was like, "Dude, he wants his autograph, dude." So Flipper said he wants an autograph from me. I'm just saying.
From me?
From Latinx himself, dude. That's what he said.
Yeah, Elon's got SpaceX. We got Latinx right there. Check that shit
out. One's a $1 billion company. The other one's very heavily in debt.
Lego, I think we just figured out what your next comic's going to be about, dude. Latinx.
I'm fucking down.
Oh shit! I'm writing this song. I'm writing this song for you guys, and then after that, I'm doing the comic, dude.
Yeah,
that's what we're doing.
A street banger who got powers.
That's fucking too good.
He ate space tamales and fucking.
Yeah, there we go. He ate a tamale in space and fucking turned into a superhero. And you are Latinx.
No, he was selling corn as a street vendor.
He got elotes. He had a powerful elote, and
it was a radioactive elote that gave us some powers.
I swear to God, dude, if in the next couple months that story comes out, we're gonna be kicking ourselves and fucking not copyrighting it sooner.
Dude, I'm right.
Copyright.
Hey, corn's big right now in the meme community.
Havoc. Are you going? We'll sit down and write it tomorrow.
You would think we had
juice. All right, so it looks like me and the Scots are the only one to watch this movie. This movie, it wasn't bad. It was so absurd. Like some of it was like, okay, this is cool. Okay, it's gonna have a little bit of an exaggerated action, kind of like a house, like a crouching tiger, hidden dragon, where it's like, oh, you can't really run on top of trees, but fuck it, I'll suspend my disbelief for this. And I suspended my disbelief long enough to where it was just like, oh, wait a minute. Now they're superheroes, only there was no radioactive elotes. They didn't have any radioactive curry. Like all of a sudden, these guys are got the maybe they have radioactive mustaches or some shit.
What was the name of the movie again?
RRR.
No, if you go on, if you have Hulu, it's on there under Vic. What's the guy's name in the movie? Vic something. Vic. Because I looked it up under RR and I couldn't find it, but when I looked it up, it was under a different name. It's called Vic something like that. Whatever the guy's name.
Because it's on Netflix under RRR under Triple R. Because it was
yeah, it's on Netflix.
It's the Indian Triple X. He's before Triple X.
Yes.
Remember, the R comes before the X. No. Now we did it.
There's a scene where one of the protagonists, I'm going to do some spoilers here because we got to talk about it a little bit. I fucking watched that fucking movie for 3 hours. And even though if you guys didn't watch it,
unreal.
I got to talk about it a little bit.
Go for it, dude. Talk it up.
So one of the protagonists
It's a lot
gets his knees broken, and he's like in ground in this cage, solitary confinement, and his homie comes and breaks him out, and he gets him on a piggyback ride, and they're running through like Rambo in Vietnam with like these with these fucking single shot rifles, and they're just, it was so ridiculous, and like doing flips, and it was like, if I would have knew what the exaggeration was going to grow to, then I wouldn't have got on board with it either. But I want to say that it seemed like it was fairly cool maybe 20 minutes into it, and then one of my kids was just like, this is like a cartoon but for reals, and I was like, fuck, okay, it looks like I gotta watch it.
There's so much CGI stuff.
Yeah, my favorite was like the opening where you get introduced to the two characters. It's Ram and Beam, and Beam is like the village guy, and like his opening scene is him trying to trap a wolf in the jungle, but a tiger springs out and like drives off the wolf, and now he's got to trap the tiger, and it's him like getting the tiger to go into this net, but then the like ropes come loose, but he grabs the ropes, and so he's like pulling on the ropes while the tiger's like trying to swipe him, and the harder he pulls, the further the tiger is away. And it's just like this like constant like battle between
and then the thing is though that leads into my favorite scene of the movie, because they catch the tiger and he's like, sorry my friend, he like dopes up the tiger with like some magic powder or something like that and like knocks him out, but he apologizes, and you're like, oh, they're gonna eat him, or they're gonna, you know what I mean, something like that. But then 3 hours later, the tiger pays off. You're like, there he is. They didn't eat him, because there's a scene where this truck breaks down this door and they spin the truck sideways and they pull off the tarp, and there's all these cages with all these deadly animals, and they just all spring out at once.
Along with Beam.
It doesn't like pose. You're just like, fuck yeah, right there is the action shot of the decade. Like,
you guys just sold me on that shit. I'm in, dude.
Shit. I've seen clips of
it, dude.
That's just like, it's so over the top.
I'm gonna find out the name of this movie I want you guys to watch, and we can talk about it here. If you RRR.
Yeah, because there was only 3 of us that watched it, and we were all retarded.
If you guys like that,
the other intro was for the other, I guess, antagonist in the movie, Ram, and he's like working for the colonial British government, so he's kind of the bad guy. And there's like a riot going on, and some guy like throws a rock and it breaks a picture of one of the, like,
setting it up though. Setting it up, they're in this jail, and there's fences all around it, and all around the jail, it's just bodies,
crowds
and crowds.
Like 2 or 3,
yeah,
there was all that, just that one hut.
Or it would be like being in a little box inside of Lollapalooza and having the whole crowd turn on you.
And so he basically, they said, you know, the guy that threw the rock, he breaks the picture, and then the commander says, arrest that man, and all the guards in there are looking at him like he's crazy, but not this one friggin' Indian guy with this big fat mustache, and he just gets this stick, and he jumps over the fence.
He takes his hat off, and he sets his hat down.
And then he runs out there and just starts clonking people in the face and like throwing people off, and he works his way across and basically drags the guy back through the crowd.
And then he has to fight back all the way back.
And throws him down in there, and then comes back all beat up, like tore up, and then stands back at his post and puts his hat on with his face all puffed up, but just nailed him. Good. I was like, damn.
It's fun. It seems like that's great.
Yeah. And then they didn't. And then they did like some awards afterwards, and they promoted a bunch of white guys, and the guy didn't get promoted.
Yeah, instead of him.
Yeah.
Even though he went on a killing spree.
But the girl in this, there's the evil bitch white colonial hooker from whatever.
Hooker.
It's
You said Hooker? Who
it's
said
Alice
Hooker?
Moody from Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade.
Yeah, the hot German
Elsa.
doctor.
Yeah.
She's in this movie, but she's not so hot anymore.
Oh man, I got excited and you just said not. Oh man,
She's the aged hooker.
Yeah.
She's the experienced hooker.
I mean, she
Fine
does a
with
good
wine.
job in her role. But
Oh, dude, she's like
But
she's a
Honestly, fuzzy.
horrible.
This is a fuzzy movie. If ever there was a fuzzy movie,
yeah,
this is a fuzzy movie.
I'm down. Like you guys, the way you're pitching it to me reminds me of this movie from Australia. It came out about 10 years ago. I'll find the name. I'll tell you guys. And it's not 3 hours long. It's literally an hour and a half about acid rain, and it turns people into zombies and stuff. And there's this dude walking around with like a rain slicker and shit. And one of the classic scenes ever I've seen in a movie came from this movie, because it's garbage. Like, it's bad, but it's like got this scene where you're like, what the fuck? Why did no one ever think of this and shit? And so the acid's burning the clothes, right? And so they get into the store and they get naked, they change into these other clothes, and the main character, the hero's fucking butt naked. And all of a sudden the zombies come running in, and he turns around, he looks like this, and the girl's looking at him, and he goes like this with his ass. He's butt naked, okay? He's butt naked. And he goes like that. 2 desert eagles come flying out of nowhere, and he catches them in his hand and starts shooting everybody. Best scene I ever seen in the fucking movie, ever.
So he keistered the guns?
That's what I thought they meant, but they were big desert eagles. They weren't little
poop shooters.
Yeah, he keistered those 2 guns.
They weren't in nature's pocket.
But dude, he was butt naked, and he just flung his ass in the air, and they come flying out. I dropped my popcorn and everything. I was like, "This is the greatest movie ever made." What the fuck?
Fuzz, you ever see The Gods Must Be Crazy?
Love that movie. That's a classic. Both of them, 1 and 2. I love
that. That was one of the ones I was going to try to bring to late to the party when we were doing that.
Is that with the Coke bottle?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a really good. That's old school though.
And it's a simple premise. Like, that's the beauty of that movie. It's just so simple, and it's the silliest shit. You're just like, I feel like that one has like a Three Stooges feel to it. You know what I mean? It's just silly stuff, slapstick comedy, but it's got like a point to it and shit. I love it. Yeah, it's like Gods Must Be Crazy is a classic movie. What we need to watch as a group, as I've been saying for a long time,
is Beavis and Butthead.
Besides Beavis and Butthead, Banshee. You guys need to sit down and watch Banshee, the series, dude. I'm telling you, you want to talk about the craziest. Like, this show is made for man, woman, and everyone, dude. It's the greatest. And Homelander is amazing in the movie, dude, or the show, and every scene, every episode. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, Amish people. It's the greatest thing you've ever seen, dude.
He threw a loop with the Amish
I like how you throw the Amish people in there.
It's the Amish mafia. It has a tranny Asian guy who's the baddest motherfucker I've ever seen in characters. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sold. Tranny Asian guy. Let's go.
I'm telling you, next week, dude. Just everyone watch episode 1. You're gonna go.
Where's it at?
It's on HBO Max. They got the whole season.
It's just 1 season?
No, it's like 5 seasons, but it was a Cinemax show, and
it's like what, 10 episodes a season?
Yeah, something like that. But like the first season, it's just, you're like, what am I watching? But when they get into like the 2nd and 3rd season, they embrace it like a comic book movie, like an old school 90s comic book movie. You know what I mean? Where it's like the diamond route. Did
you ever get the graphic novel that they made for it?
Oh yeah, dude. I got it back. You want to see it?
It's right.
It's right here, waiting to get signed, dude.
He's already got it taped off.
Who's gonna sign it?
Homelander, man. I want him to put fucking shit, dude. I think I own. I'm probably one of the top 10 people who own actual memorabilia from that show, dude. Like, I love that show. That is a fuzzy show right there, dude. Like, and it's not good. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say like it should have won Emmys or whatever the fuck they give them, dude. But like,
Filmmaker Studios is saying Why Women Kill is such fire show. Treats men and women equally, right down the middle. a nice murder mystery. Where's that? Where's that at?
Where's that at? Yeah, that's a cool title.
I think it's like
Why
one of
Women
those.
Kill.
Sounds like
It's
one of those ID channels.
Yeah, it's like one of those ID channel documentaries.
That's a me and Liz show right there.
All right, so why women kill? That's a nice,
just
nice
like
segue over into the Rings of Power.
Garbage, dude. God damn.
No, wait, what? No, Lego. Zoom user. Oh, Zoom user is gone again, man. Because he was like, I did my meme with Kobe Bryant as the House of Dragon dunking on Dwight Howard with his nuts.
Dwight Howard like that.
As the Rings of Power. It was my first meme ever. I thought it was cool. Some people liked it, some people shit on it. But either way, Lego was like he came at me on the YouTube's comments.
That's
and
right.
I just want to make
Fucking
sure
set me up like that. I'm gonna knock it down.
I just want to make sure that you're saying that
Lego heard
that
his
you're not
his name.
No,
You said
no.
what?
I'm just making sure that you're talking about Rings of Power versus House of Dragons, and not House of Dragons versus The Lord of the Rings.
I mean, I just saw you post a meme, and I was like, I'm gonna make fun of this guy.
Okay, that's what I thought. I can live with
that. I'm gonna troll him. Oh, that is so awesome. Good shit.
Dude,
all right, so
get used to it. If you're gonna post memes on the internet, baby, you're gonna fucking take some memes.
Oh no, dude, we're here. We're talking about it. I'm not scared of any fucking.
So Jada,
if I do and say dumb shit, and fucking bring it, man. That's what this is all about. Talking shit. Talk shit to me. I've always got a smile on my face.
Jada Geek, you're our Lord of the Rings. You guys, Liz, you guys are our Lord of the Rings guys. So tell me what you guys thought.
Me to go first, or you want to go?
Why Women Kills on Paramount Plus. Okay, go ahead.
So it's not okay. So if you have no knowledge of the content with which, if you just watch The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and you watch this content-wise, like where it pulls stuff out of, then if you have no context of that, then it's a good show. Like, you know what I mean? It fits kind of within the world. It's got the visuals. It's got the, things that the dwarves and the elves and all that stuff that you would normally see.
Representation. It's got the representation.
Now there is the black elf. There's a black dwarf princess. There's black and Asian dwarves and hobbits and things like that. And I know that they got put in there for, representational purposes. I know that they put those things in there, but I can set that aside and just watch it for what it is and in the setting that it is. And visually, it's like Lord of the Rings, and it's like The Hobbit visually. As far as content goes, I never read the Silmarillion. I never read the appendices and all of that stuff from all of the books, the little short stories and those types of things. So I don't know the extra that surrounds Lord of the Rings. I know that these guys don't have the rights to any of those stories. So they're taking nuggets out of the appendices of The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings and running with it. They're like, oh, well,
so they're doing what Disney did with the Star Wars novels. I'm gonna take a little bit of Thrawn.
With the Star Wars novels, they pull little pieces out here and there, nuggets that they like, and that's what they're doing there. They mention Morgoth. Is that what it's called? Morgoth. And I don't know much about that town or those peoples or the histories around it.
Morgoth is a person.
Oh, that's right. What's the town that they're in again?
I don't remember the name of the town. I'm thinking of like Mordor.
They're in Middle Earth.
They don't talk about the thing is that I don't know enough because I didn't read it, but they take like a nugget out of the appendices and then they're running with it. Okay. So because I don't know enough, I don't know whether it's good or bad or faithful to the story and the characters and things like that. So
Are
on
you
the surface
enjoying
level, I thought it was okay.
Yeah. Are you digging it?
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Is it a fantasy
I
show
am
that you
enjoying
want to
it.
watch every week? Will you
I will
return
watch it
to
every
Middle
week.
Earth next week? Is what we're asking.
Jada Geek
I
looks
will
like he
continue
wants
to
to say.
watch it.
How much time you got,
It's
buddy?
not outside the realms of my disbelief. Because the complaints are that Galadriel was never a warrior, but I didn't know that, but until after the fact, but I could see the progression. Because in The Hobbit and in The Lord of the Rings, well, not in The Lord of the Rings, but in The Hobbit, you see her fight. And she's badass, but she doesn't use a sword. She uses magic, but she's also not, 100-something years old or 1,000 years older than she was or something like that. There's a time difference between what's happening in Rings of Power to like The Hobbit. It's like 1,000 years. So she's grown in power and strength, and she doesn't need to use weapons, but I could see where she started. It's like I told Josh, it's like a D&D. When a wizard first starts off, he uses his little dagger and stuff like that and his staff because he's not powerful. You jump ahead
There's
50
Filming
levels.
Studios.
You jump ahead 50 levels, he's going to use all of his magic, and that's how I equated Galadriel's storyline until I found out about the fact that she never did any of that. And it's like, well, that's disappointing, but I could see where the progression is from this to that. So it doesn't bother me enough, and yes, I will watch it again, and I'll continue to watch it. You don't have to force me to do it. Not like we have to force Josh to do anything.
Okay, so I've been following the unfolding of this debacle from the moment that Amazon got to it. And without getting into the meta stuff, so the stuff that's outside the show, just to talk about the show itself, what's apparent is that the people that are doing the show don't really know the material, because what they're using is place names and names of characters, but the places and the characters don't make any sense in the context in which they're being placed. Liz talked a little bit about Galadriel, but you could say the same about Elrond or Celebrimbor or Gil-galad. None of this stuff makes any sense. In the Lord of the Rings, in the Fellowship, when they're traveling to Rivendell, you get this like sense that they're going these huge distances. There's all these pan shots. They got horses with them. They're journeying across the countryside. And in this thing, fucking Elrond and Celebrimbor leave the Elven Artifice City to go to Khazad-dûm, and it looks like they walk down the street to the fucking 7-Eleven. And I was like, what is this shit? There's no horses. It's just the two of them holding hands in the woods, and they travel that distance, and it's ridiculous.
Unreal.
Liz is correct. The meta is they don't have the rights to anything outside the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, which we've already seen. But what they're doing is they're just taking bits of information and creating entirely new stories and narratives. And so what Rings of Power is to Lord of the Rings is what Ghostbusters 2016 is to the original Ghostbusters. It doesn't have jack and shit to do with it. And that's without getting to any of the woke stuff, where they're putting races in there that were never part of the continuity and all of this kind of stuff. But honestly, if I have to select something that I enjoyed about it, and this is only barely, I found the story of Black Elf,
Galadriel's
who
hot.
is assigned to whatever. So he's assigned to watch over the descent, the people that are living in what will one day be Mordor, because they used to support Morgoth, who was like Sauron's like master. So they used to support Morgoth. And the elves are worried that they're going to go back to that kind of evil mentality. And so he and the other elves are stationed there to keep watch over these people. And I think that's an interesting idea. But then every time I see that the actor that they chose is of African descent, I'm like, there are no elves like that in Tolkien's Legendary. That's not part of the continuity in any way. And it disengages me from maintaining consistent interest in where the show and the story is going to go. Now, I'm not a Tolkien scholar, but I know enough to know when I'm getting effed and not getting a reach around. Okay, and that's what I'm getting here.
Why? I mean,
Look, guys, if you're gonna F Josh, make sure you get.
Well, I'm like, because I sat down and watched it, dude. And again, I didn't like the Lord of the Rings movies at all. Like, I never liked them. But I was like, all right, let's, I'll sit down and watch it. And I'm not gonna lie, that opening scene with them, like you were talking about, I agree with you. I was just like, oh, this is the biggest monologue I've ever heard of where they're going and trying to catch you up. But then what got me was that ice climbing scene. Like I was tripping. I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty dope. I'm down. And then what lost me was the furry bunny. The furry bunny came out and then she just hacked its damn head off. And then I'm like, okay, so this is going to be ass kicking, this and that. And then all of a sudden, the female Frodo popped out of a tree thing. And then I was like, okay, I'm done, dude. Like, and that's why I texted you guys and said, I'm not gonna do it. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to torture myself with it. I can't do it. I'm lost. And so I'm glad though that you guys were lost because I know you guys dig it. I'm not like I'm glad you guys, but at least I was like, okay, cool. At least I wasn't the only one going like, who the hell are these people?
Where's Frodo?
That was the only guy I know. That one, and
where's
the
Gandalf?
elf guy?
Where's Gandalf?
The elf guy who had slid down on the swords and was firing the
Legolas
arrows.
Where's Legolas?
That guy was dope. Like that, I remember, dude. Okay, again, I'm watching them.
Legolas goes by the moniker Zoom user now.
Tell me where is Gandalf.
Those were the only times I would wake up during that because I was falling asleep during those movies. And I still remember watching it because I didn't know. I never read the books, right? My friends are all into it. Everyone's like, dude, Nick, you got to see this. And I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm down. I'm down to see it. And we saw Fellowship of the Ring. And I remember
and you saw swords and you saw sandals and you were
my tolerance. I'm like, what's going on, guys? What is this? But I'm like, oh, Sean Astin's in it. Okay, Elijah Wood. I'm like, okay,
Rudy.
Yeah, I'm like, he's usually does something good.
Goonies never say die. He's in.
and I'm watching it, and they're walking, and then the adventure goes. And then I'm like, it's fucking 2 hours, dude. They got to get to the fucking castle by now. And it's that scene where they go over the fucking hill and you see that they still got a shit ton to go. And all of a sudden it goes black. I stood up. I said, what the fuck is all this stuff? And my friend's like, yeah, dude, there's 2 more movies. I was like, you didn't tell me that shit when I came to sit. You told they were supposed to go to the fucking castle and do, you know what? Fuck you. When it's done, it's done. So like I waited until the Return of the King to watch all of them because I was like, I got to see what happens. And I'm not joking. The Return of the King, it was the only one I sat up and watched the whole movie. And I was like, okay, that was cool, dude. Like I dig that one, dude. But yeah, so this one, I'm like, I'm with you. I'll try to watch another episode, but yeah, that was bad. That was fucking horrible.
I'm not as deep into the lore as the Scots are or anything like that. I watched it like I thought Galadriel was hot. I thought that
which one was that?
The hot one.
There was a hot one.
Kills the troll at the beginning of the movie,
blonde hot one. The blonde hot one. The one that ended up in the water.
That killed the bunny.
The one that ends up in the water. Watch that
the Targaryen.
There's water in it.
You can do a wet t-shirt contest, dude.
There was 2 episodes.
Oh, now you're trying to sell me again. See,
you
get a better plot than
you get some nipple action. You get some nipple action.
You're gonna make If I go back and watch
it,
if I don't see any elf,
look like a back of an eraser.
I didn't think it was bad, but I didn't think it was I didn't think it was great either. It was just kind of there. It felt like the what is it, the Shannara Chronicles or something?
The Narnia Chronicles?
No, the Shannara Chronicles. It was like
Look
this.
At the Shannara Chronicles.
No, there was this show.
Terry Goodkind. That was Terry Goodkind.
It's sort of Shannara.
There you
go. So this was about Shaka Khan?
Yes.
It was just another thing with wizards and elves and magic and crap. But, which it just didn't feel Tolkien-ish to me. It just felt like somebody else who did Tolkien.
Oh, the guy Tolkien, dude. I'm sorry. I heard something totally different.
Like South Park Tolkien. That was his name was Tolkien, and all these years everyone heard it as Tolkien.
The Elvis
That's the
token.
Elvis token.
Oh shit, good stuff. I like what Film Age Studios just said. He's like, I love Rings of Power because Lord of the Rings as a property hasn't been rammed down my throat like superhero films, Star Wars, and I could appreciate it more because I miss it.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like
Well,
that
no,
take.
Yeah,
Film
that's a
Age,
good take.
Film Age Studios is the one that really came at me when I did that meme. There, like he was, and I think the big the gripe they said on here, like, how can two-pronged fork society create studded furniture, intricate carvings, and insanely detailed armor? And that's them talking shit about the House of the Dragon. To which I responded, dude, there's zombies and they fly on dragons and they have magic, and you suspend your belief on furniture design and cutlery. Like, I just found that to be a strange place to draw the line for it, and then to then turn around and like Lord of the Rings. I think that without Lord of the Rings, the original that is, and I'm sure the Scots and you guys would probably back me up on this if you're if you're not trolling.
I wanted to tell you. I wanted to say this to you guys too about the thing. So go ahead.
Let me finish my thought though. The without Tolkien's creations, there is no Game of Thrones or any of the other Dungeons and Dragons-y type stuff.
That's right.
So you know, it's the
yeah.
I mean, you got to give the credit where credit is due, but you also have to realize, like Josh said, that this isn't Tolkien, and giving this, you know, Disney-esque redo of Tolkien properties the same reverence is by thinking that you're doing a service to Tolkien by giving this Tolkien's reverence, because when he and his son were the gatekeepers of this property, they did not let anybody do anything to fuck with their stuff.
That's right.
And then he was so don't fuck with my shit-ish about this that it took 2 generations for his wishes to water down to where we get this shit. So now I'm still entertained by it. It's not horrible to me. And like Liz said, I'm still watching it, and I'm still going to continue to watch it. And it's another thing we're right here talking shit about. And we got, you know, Film Age to debate with, and we'll see where this one goes. We'll see where Dragon goes, and we'll continue to be right and be wrong and everywhere in between.
I mean, if people want to go super hardcore about Tolkien stuff and gatekeeping on it, the reality is that he didn't want any pictures, picture books, movies, TV. He didn't want any visuals of any of his stuff. If you notice in the books, he never did any illustrations except for the very little that was, they're very subtle on the dust jackets and stuff, because he wanted you to be able to, your vision of what Smaug looks like, or Gollum is, or these characters are, he wanted you to be able to imprint that, to make it personal for you type situation. He was very, especially J.R. Tolkien. He never wanted any of that stuff done. It wasn't until after he passed away that his son allowed, I can't remember what the artist was, but he did a lot of the storyboarding for them with regards to the movies and
was it David Day?
Something like that. But they were the first people that actually got to do illustrations that were approved by the estate, because Tolkien never wanted any real imagery of these characters done, because he wanted it to be so personal to the person reading it that they would be able to make it theirs, kind of. The
real hardcore Tolkien fans don't even like Peter Jackson's movies because they said it just should have never been done. Yeah.
So I'm a hardcore Peter Jackson. I'm a hardcore Tolkien fan. All right. On to tell me they didn't do it. So the scene I did see where I was laughing was the biggest middle finger to Game of Thrones. Since we're on our way to Game of Thrones, was that opening scene where the battle came out and like 10 dragons or whatever came out, started burning. They're like, you got 2 dragons, we got 10. You guys are doing it at night. Ours is better at night, dude. I was like laughing the whole time. I was like, Jesus Christ.
They even had an ice wall. What the fuck?
Exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying. The whole opening was just like a big all. You think Game of Thrones is good? Check ours out.
Look at this. Amazon brings you
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Oh, fun time. So yeah, that's our segue over into House of the Dragon, and it starts off with Damon going after the melted face guy. What was his name?
Crab.
I call him Crab Man, dude. That was
The
that
crab
guy was
feeder.
dope, dude.
The crab feeder.
We actually caught up and watched it all, finally.
I'm again, you guys know I don't like sandals and swords, and I'm still kind of lost on who's who. But you know what, dude? I still like Game of Thrones. Like I dig it. They have enough like story and violence and everything all mixed up into it where you're just like, oh shit. Like this one was a messed up story about, the daughter and stuff where I was like, what the fuck, dude? That is so messed up, dude. And then they cut to, like you said, him battling and dragging that body. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm in.
Right? Oh, my brother's on his way. Fuck that. I'm gonna go kill myself then. I'm either do or die here. Fuck that fool.
He came out of that gangster as hell, though, huh?
Fuck yeah, he did.
He brought chunks of bad guy back with him to the fucking
he took the knee and then he's like, haha, gotcha, bitch.
No, but that was the best part was he didn't bring the head like in every one of these medieval movies they always got the head.
Half the torso.
That's what I'm saying. And he's just
it felt more like
the guts too.
Like
the guts
Achilles
were just
from
hanging off.
Troy. Like when he started coming out there, it felt like Achilles, and all those arrows going against him. Like I was like, dude, this Damien is one of the best characters in that show. Then of course the daughter too. The daughter, she is great. Like that girl could act.
Rhaenyra. And then you see the when they're doing that hunt for the white fucking, what do they call it? The white
stag.
Stag. It's the Bart?
Hart, H-A-R-T.
The white hart? Okay. Which is basically the big overgrown deer. And the king's got his golden spear and they're all holding it down for him to stab and putting an X for him to get it, and he still fucking misses. Then
I was laughing at that scene.
Yeah, his daughter comes back from there. And I think
bloody,
the symbolism,
all bloody.
Yeah, with some real shit that her and the one guy killed out in the wilderness by themselves.
She could have taken out that other one too if she wanted to. The white one.
And the white one is supposed to be the symbolism for the person who's supposed to be the king or the ruler of the area. So symbolically, she chose to not kill it at the time. So I don't know. It was
like the parallel between her and her uncle. It's like he's bringing back the corpse of the fucking crab feeder, and she's bringing back the corpse of that fucking giant boar. Like they both killed on their own. Like one of them did it in defense, the other one did it, I guess you could say, in defiance, and then the fucking Rhaenyra did it. Not Rhaenyra, sorry. The dad. Fuck. Is it Rhaenyra? Sorry.
Viserys.
He had to fucking kill by having like 20 dudes hold down
the fucking thing with a crowd around him just in case it got a little crazy.
While he's getting drunk and shit.
Yeah,
he's all hungover too.
He's lost 2 fingers already because he doesn't know how to sit on the fucking throne properly.
He keeps stabbing himself too.
Yeah, so that whole fucking thing is pretty cool. I like the parallels there. Seeing the Damon, that was fucking badass. I like that.
Damon's gonna be a great. He's gonna be good at the entire. It seems like he's gonna be great on the entire series.
Yeah, but you got to remember, man. As soon as you like a character on Game of Thrones, they're gonna fucking kill him. So
that's what I'm waiting for, dude.
That's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought he was gonna die.
I thought so too.
I was like, fuck, he's just gonna go get himself killed now. He's like, fuck yeah, I don't give a shit.
It's funny too because I was watching it and Rosa kept asking when the dragon swooped down and you heard the Dracarys and then they started lighting up the soldiers. She was trying to figure out who it was, and I said, babe, they have like 10 dragons. Remember, they have dragon riders. It doesn't just have to be what's the name?
Damon or
any. It doesn't have to be one of them. They have
Targaryen?
other dragon riders.
Yeah.
Remember?
Well,
She's like,
all the
yeah.
dragon riders, all the dragon riders have Targaryen
Yeah.
blood in them. So
Yeah, that's why.
And
the
did
guy-
you guys notice? Did you guys notice when Damon got shot in the opening sequence? When he got shot in the shoulder with the flaming arrow, it seemed like the dragon got hurt too.
Yeah, that's
And the dragon cried
form
out.
a bond.
Yeah, there's like a psychic bond with them.
Yeah, what's his name? In even in Game of Thrones, when Dragon would get hurt, or when Daenerys would get hurt, Dragon would react as well.
Mm-hmm.
But tell me the guy riding the dragon, you couldn't hear the Never-Ending Story theme music playing behind him as he's flying around.
Oh,
he had such a
Falcor?
big smile. He just had this big smile on his face, dude. And I was just in my head, I'm just hearing, turn around.
I heard Susie from Stranger Things singing in there.
But it was dope. I liked it.
I like my favorite character so far is actually the guy that he's also on his council, but he was the one that when he asked him, was like, give me basically give me an honest opinion, and he told him marry the lady, what is her name, Leiron or whatever, the one for from Valyria. And then he said, and then later when he's drunk, he's getting pissed, and he says, can I make a suggestion? He says, let me guess, your son. And then he says that while you honor me with that, no, I think you should wed your daughter with the son of the sea serpent, for the same reasons. And like, to me, it feels like while everybody else is really just trying to get themselves into a better position, yeah, he's actually doing something that it's showing that he actually cares about the kingdom. So it's kind of like he's the one guy who doesn't want to just line up his own pockets. He does actually genuinely want to see the kingdom thrive. But then at the same time, being it that
welcome to Game of Thrones. He was
that it's a Game of Thrones.
Welcome to Game of Thrones, dude. You're a nice guy. I give you two more episodes tops.
That's why, like, in my head, I was like,
I thought he was gonna die in this episode. I really thought
that's what I thought
was gonna happen to him in the hunt. I thought something was gonna hit him.
He's the only one that's looking ahead because everybody else is not used to war. So he's thinking ahead in case when the war does come, they'll be more fortified. Everybody else is so used to peace that, just like this king doesn't even know how to kill a damn deer. That's how everybody else is in that kingdom.
Well, is that guy who plays that character? Is that the guy from the original Game of Thrones, the one that was over there on the wall?
None of the characters.
None of them are. None of the actors are there.
This is supposed to be like 150 years before.
Well, he gives me that vibe of that one, the guy that was in charge of the books, that he was always keeping record of everything when they were on the wall.
Samuel Tully.
Yeah, he like literally like the whole time I'm watching it, I was like,
these are all the ancestors of the
other characters.
The other characters.
I like the introduction of the Lannisters now that they have power.
Right.
Because it's because they took the sea serpent, the sea snake's seat, right? They promoted a Lannister.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. I was like, oh, now that and it makes kind of sense because doesn't Tinian say something in Game of Thrones about his family being in power for the last 250 years or something like that? I was like, oh, was this what he was referring to? That they finally had a chance to get on the council?
Yeah, because they were trying to marry that, one of the Lannisters to the daughter.
Yeah, I like that line. His pride's got pride. I was like, I'll be damned.
Twins go back. I didn't realize that twins were a thing in the Lannister line. Because she mentions that, your twin brother sits over.
Yes, I caught that too.
Cersei and the Kingslayer were twins.
That's why.
That's what I mean. I realized that twins was like apparently it's a trait in the Lannister line. These aren't the first twins.
If you got twins going on in your family, that it just kind of is a thing for anybody who's a twin.
Yeah,
from what I understand.
I don't think it stops either.
He's my brother. That's what Arnold would say. He's my brother.
I got you.
Thank you, Brian.
Oh, but it's crazy though.
It was a good episode. A lot of little tiny details. Like I said, I like that. The king's missing 2 fingers now. He has to wear gloves everywhere he goes, so he can't show.
It showed his nerves looking nasty too. Then when he had the gloves on, 2 of the fingers on the gloves are just kind of like not knuckling down.
Yeah.
So I'm sure missing fingers could hurt your whole deer killing spear action.
Yeah, but what about the sword that was on his back? Because remember, that was the first thing that we saw in the first episode, where he has that sore on his back because the throne cut him there too.
Yeah, that's why I guess like you're supposed to sit a certain way on the fucking throne in order to not get cut or hurt. And Damon was the one that was sitting properly on it. Like if you go back to that first episode, the way he's leaning forward to the left, that's how you're supposed to actually sit on it, not the way that he's currently sitting on it. Because when he sits on it,
slouches in it.
Yeah, he slouches back to the right.
Yeah,
and when you do that, it actually cuts you. So that's why like there's this whole thing, like there's a proper way to sit on it, and obviously he doesn't know, but Damon does know, and that's why he tells the guy.
The lore says that the thrones actually bites people who he doesn't fucking want to be the king.
Well, that's yeah, so it's fucking him up because he doesn't actually know what he's doing.
But this is it's a pretty bloody thing. What this is all heading to, from what I understand, like. It's very Game of Thronesy. I'll just put it that way. Because do you remember during when Daenerys had found those 3 dragon eggs, dragons had been extinct for generations.
Yeah, the guy from that one other country, that one other place, gifted them to her, and he's the one that told her that they had been turned to stone because they were no good. It was like a wedding gift or something.
Yeah, when she married Khal Drogo.
You mean Aquaman?
Well, but what's cool about this show, though, is that it's actually based off of George R.R. Martin's story that he wrote, and it's produced by his production company. Because at the end, if you watch it all the way to the end, it's got his like logo.
That's their sword.
No, it's GRRM, but it's got like a shield. But then there is Bastard Swords, another subsidiary company. What's cool about that logo, though, is Francavilla did that logo.
Francavilla did the fucking. When I saw that, I paused it. Oh shit! I paused it and I ran up to the TV. I said, "No fucking way!" And it is. And I was like, "Fuck yeah, that's badass."
And I knew if you saw that, you'd be like, you'd lose it. I even told Josh, I said, Jose's gonna lose his shit if he doesn't know this already.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I paused and I ran up to the TV. I said, "No fucking way, hell yeah!" I was so happy to see that. I like Francavilla, dude. He's fucking badass.
So, in Comic Cave fashion, if we were to make a pick of the week out of this week's pop culture streaming shows.
Well, if you know anything about Comic Cave, it's going to be She-Hulk with that.
That's right, baby. With that
body, yada, 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 yada.
Let me get to the store.
I need to unsubscribe after that right there.
We're all at the store. We need to have it filmed, and that's going to be the new like TikTok thing or reel that we're gonna all of us do that.
Dude, I'm telling y'all, the moment that she masked, you know how she did that whole clap shit and sent Bruce flying back? The moment she learns to clap her ass like that, it's fucking over for Kang the Conqueror, dog. I swear to God, dude. It's death by twerk is probably the most honorable way.
And you know, Kang, he likes himself a booty.
I have to say my pick of the week is going to be Game of Thrones.
No, it's Game of Thrones. I was fucking
dude.
I'm gonna be the
Game of Thrones.
The truthful one here. The Game of Thrones was the good one.
That was the pick of the week.
Definitely.
She-Hulk is my guilty pleasure.
Yes, Game of Thrones was definitely a solid pick, but I'm sorry you guys didn't watch RRR.
I'm glad I didn't watch it. That's 3 hours of my life I wouldn't get back.
So instead of me and Isaac, instead of watching RRR, we watched.
We watched wrestling. We watched AEW.
AEW. So we had a better time.
I'm telling you, when you guys told me that CM Punk won, dude, I was pissed, dude. I was like, come on,
dude,
man. They just gave him the belt.
Good fight.
So was it quick or was it?
No,
it was
it
was
was like,
John Moxley putting a clinic on that fool, dude.
Oh,
bro,
He,
I'm gonna look
he
it up,
busted.
dude. I
He
gotta look it
busted
up.
him open. He was licking his blood. He was licking blood off his
He was
hands.
biting
He was
his ass.
biting him in the head. He bit him in the hand. He was
dude,
doing.
he did everything.
He was rocking him up, dude, throughout
Dude,
the whole fight.
So
it was a good fight, and after it all ended, they had the AEW, post, interviews.
yeah.
So CM Punk goes first, talks all this shit about the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, like real shit, not even talking about just like the wrestling. He's talking real shit to them because of Copacabana, and I mean he throws them under the bus. Huh?
Colt Cabana.
He throws him under the bus, and then right when he finishes, him and his trainer go in the back to the actually no, just him goes back to his room, to his locker room, and here comes Kenny Omega and Young Bucks and go into the room trying to fight him in real life.
Oh,
and here comes his trainer in, and his trainer gets a steel chair and hits one of the Young Bucks in the head, knocks him out. And it gets crazy after that. They had to step off security. You just see in the video, security starts running back, and like shit just gets real because CM Punk was just talking shit.
I'm gonna look it up, dude. That's I'm pissed I couldn't make it, dude.
And now they're saying that because you know how WWE all of a sudden is getting 100 times better now that Triple H took over, and everybody's happy, and everybody's actually happy to be there. So now because of this. They're sweating that the Young Bucks might want to quit AEW and jump to WWE.
Yeah.
Shit.
Braun Strowman just came back to WWE today
that fool
too.
had to come back. He had no fucking money.
He finally came back.
That's my dude right there. That's
mine too,
right
dude.
there.
I fucking love that guy.
That fool was talking all this madness about creating his own thing and FAW, all this.
Well, boys, I got a surprise for us. Saturday, Las Vegas. We are having dinner with Greg the Hammer Valentine.
No, we're not. What are you like?
The old man Comic Tom has texted me twice to double check. He goes, "Are you going to be there Saturday?" I said, "Yeah." And he says, "Well, you guys want to go?" Like he keeps asking me if we want to go have dinner with Greg the Hammer Valentine. So if he does, let's go have dinner with Greg the Hammer. We'll interview him and shit. We'll have some drinks with him and fucking see, have him tell us stories about fucking wrestling.
The old days.
Yeah, exactly. The good old days and shit.
With the good old boys.
I'm literally tempted to bring my belt with me just so he could sign it and stuff.
Do it.
When do you guys get here?
If you guys if you could rewatch, if you guys do the rewatch of AEW All Out, really recommend it. It was a great pay-per-view.
Did you watch the Clash at the Castle?
No,
dude.
I only watched the end of it.
Go back and watch the beginning. Forget the end, dude. That opening matches, and you know me, dude. I'm not a Bianca fan.
I also saw the what's his name? Sheamus. I saw that fight. Some of that one.
That was a great one.
That was against
Gunther, dude. Jesus Christ, dude. Jaded Geek, dude. You gotta see this guy Gunther. Like when you're bored, look up Gunther WWE and just listen to the smack that he gives people on the chest, dude.
Dude,
holy
the way Sheamus's
shit.
chest looked at after this match, holy fuck.
There was blood, like
it looked like ground beef. It looked like ground beef. It looked like just straight out ground beef on this dude's chest. Is how gnarly it looked. I was like, geez, he probably slapped him like 50 times across the chest.
And it's like you've seen a Flair chop. You know what I'm saying? When
Flair just back,
this is 10 times worse.
Just worse.
Open hand, whack.
And like this motherfucker's like 6 something, huge. and he's just throwing his whole body into this motherfucker.
Every time, and he's the bad guy. We're supposed to be not rooting for him, but I'm just like, Gunther, slap him, dude. Just slap the shit out of him. Dude. That's all.
Yeah, and it's funny. His name's Gunther, and he's English.
I want Gunther and Braun Strowman fighting each other, dude. Just dope. Slaps for fucking days.
Hell yeah.
They should do the slapsgiving, is what you're saying?
Hell yeah.
Oh, good idea there, young lady. Good idea. I like that one.
Yeah, it was a good show. AEW's fun times.
Yeah, I'm
happy.
Dude.
I'm happy with the way WWE is going right now too.
Yeah, yeah. They turned around now since Vince retired, or quote unquote retired, and now that Triple H took over, that's what a lot of the NXT guys, the old NXT guys, want to go back to WWE since Triple H took over.
Well, I'm excited for everything. I mean, even pop culture, wrestling, all that stuff. Everything we've been doing has been, good. I mean, except for the Lord of the Rings crap, but that's a different story. That's I mean, it's made for certain people, and that's that's okay.
Certain individuals.
I'm not going to point at anybody. On my screen, they're right there, but I don't know about y'all's screen.
No,
when do you guys
come
get here?
Down?
We leave on Thursday. We'll be there Friday night, and then we'll be here from the 10th, basically, and then we leave on October 1st.
Oh shit!
So we'll be here for the entire month of September.
Well, Nando had me set aside for Isaac and you 2 cases, so I have 2 cases for you guys for the minifigures.
Nice.
And you should see the stuff that he's got me going to put up. Oh my, I don't know. Nando had a box of Legos, dude. Good. I was like, one of them, I was like, dude, let me have this, please. Like, he's like, it's 100. I was like, God, I'm not paying $160 for Legos, dude. I can't do it, dude. Well, you want to see it?
Yeah, I do. Let's see it. Here we go. We're following
That was such
Fuzzy.
a fun show.
Man, yeah, I missed it.
Dude, I had so much fun that show. That was one of the best shows I've ever done. And legit, like,
you asked that.
I thought Flipper did a good job too on the homies show, but so now I think he offended some people. So I told Flipper we got to hold back for a while. But this is what I want to keep. This is what I want to keep, and I'm like, if no one buys it and I make some money, I'm gonna buy it.
Oh, I got that.
I hate you.
What is that one? I'm sorry. Can you put it up again?
Oh, I have that too.
I hate you too.
Hey, I got the Yoda. I have the Yoda one too.
Dude, I have like 3 of them.
That was the next one that I pulled out too.
Yeah,
that
I got that one too.
And then I got these cool little cute minifigures.
Let me see the Marvel one.
The Marvel one?
I was trying to see it on your video and I kept trying to pause it and it was going by too fast.
It's like a snap.
For right now, which he probably doesn't have, is I need the gold Harry Potter ones.
The gold.
Oh, the ones that came in the sets.
Yeah, it's like
I have I think I have like 5 of them.
We've also got
one
for this show. We've got the Bad Batches coming back.
Oh yeah, the Bad Batch was
good.
Yeah.
And it was a good show. So if you guys haven't caught up with it yet,
that's a great show.
Check these out,
Josh is gonna have to hate it.
What's that?
These are there's only 400 made of these. It was for the opening of the Las Vegas Lego store, so you had to be there to get these. I've got like stacks of these from different stores.
That's dope.
I know, dude. I was like, and then this is the thing I thought was dope too.
Oh, the coin.
The Mario coin, dude. It's freaking dope. And then
how much is that?
I don't know. I got to look that up.
$1 million.
So Nando was all excited and just hands me a box of Legos, right? He just hands them to me, and inside there about like freaking a couple different, like things I'm sure he didn't want to sell. Look what one of them was.
Let me see. What is it?
It's a Kobe Bryant rookie card.
Does he know you have that?
Yeah, I sent him a picture. I was like, "Did you want this?" I don't know. And he was like, "Oh yeah."
I don't think he's gonna want to get rid of a Kobe Bryant.
Yeah,
I didn't think so. I didn't think so either, dude. But like, friggin' yeah, I got a lot of stuff that he gave me was good stuff. So I mean, at least check out what they got on there. It's gonna be fun.
Nice.
All right.
When's that one?
Wednesday's Lego Day. Oh shit.
I'll try to tune in. By the way,
What time do you do it at?
3:30.
For how long do you go?
That night we went until 9:00.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And no
You
joke.
guys were I know, I was up so late. It's like I'm 2 hours ahead of you, and I'm like, damn it, I gotta get some work done. But I kept like watching and like chiming in, and then you put on the music, and I'm like, okay, now I gotta listen because you're playing the right music. Maybe that'll work. And no,
You put some Megan Thee Stallion on for everybody?
No.
I like when the little fuster, the medium fuster showed up.
The medium fuster.
That's right. I got a medium one or a little one.
Every time you say Megan
the
every time you say Megan Thee Stallion, Josh puts his head down.
Got hurt.
It's just like kryptonite for Josh.
It was. I thought it was an attempt at like poking fun at like modern culture. Like, oh, they made up some really stupid white ass pussy wannabe performer, and then I looked it up and I'm like, oh my god, she's real. Oh.
what did you look up specifically?
Megan Thee Stallion booty clapping.
What happened was that I saw somebody else post about it, and I'm like, and the way that the post was, it kind of like suggested that she had like released some albums, and I'm like, what are these like fake albums or like collector's items or something? So I looked into it, and I was like, oh shit, she's real. Oh.
Oh shit is a classic.
Right.
In all seriousness, you guys know how much I despise things like musicals and dance numbers and stuff. I can't stand that stuff because
that's a lie. You love
I can't stand those things. I can't stand those things used as means to drive a story forward. But I'll tell you what, in RRR, I didn't even notice.
Well, let me. I tried to watch something. I turned on Netflix, and they'll show you like what was just added or whatever. And Rock of Ages was on, and I said, I'm gonna watch that shit, dude. And I popped it on, dude. Let me tell you about some garbage that is called Rock of Ages. But the best part is freaking the music, like you were saying. Like I'll leave music on, going. But then all of a sudden you look up and it's Tom Cruise going, "I'm a cowboy." I'm like, nah, that's just weird, dude. That's Maverick singing a Bon Jovi song. What, dude? And then I'm not gonna lie. I think I had too many fuzzy snacks because at the end of the movie I had a tear fall out my eye. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I think I need a hug or something, dude. Like, what the
I had a crazy, like Josh had with the Megan Thee Stallion. I had a boomer moment today. I was over at a Main Place Mall. We were trying to avoid the SoCal heat and get some of that roll ice cream I tell you guys about. And we're walking around in the mall, and I see all these teenage Mexican kids with like this fucking Mo from the Three Stooges haircuts, dude.
Edgar.
It's a thing. It's called
That's
the Edgar.
Yeah, they're little tequaches, dude. They all have little.
They had Guy Gardner haircuts, homie.
Yeah.
Shut up.
There you go. Edgar.
Get that Guy Gardner haircut, bro.
Jose sports that every now and then. You guys don't notice it though.
Yeah, they're big Guy Gardner fans. Cut.
Latinx.
Yeah.
That's not true.
You gotta add cut at the end of everything.
Latinx. Tell me that's not true.
That's real.
It is true,
That's
cut,
real, bro.
Dude,
That
who's
is so
no?
true,
Where that finger was? Go back up. Right. What the fuck? You just passed it. What?
Which
one?
That one.
No, that was.
Okay, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one.
Okay.
It's
all
just
right,
somebody trying to do something.
No, but for real,
Now
that
play
I've seen it everywhere
play
now.
the Edgar song.
It's so bad. Look at this
Dude.
Edgar mullet.
Yeah, dude.
The hell?
It's a little hybrid right there.
I hate to burst your bubble though, but those guys get bitches.
Yeah, because they have cocaine.
Well, look. The mullet is the power. I get that guy right there in that picture.
Hey,
Because I
mullet's
have a
also
mullet.
back too. Mullet's back too.
You're telling me, look how much I rock mine, dude. That's
Bro,
some sexy
we
stuff.
we live in Tennessee. Half the people have a mullet out here.
Yeah, see, that's because they're fuzzsters. When you see a mullet, you know they're fuzzsters.
Yeah, this haircut's been coming back. You see a lot of teenagers have it.
You see him trying to grow his hair out, trying to get it.
Havoc, I would pay for that haircut for you, dude. Just please, dude. Come on, go full guy Gardner on us, dude.
Do it.
My hair is getting longer.
Full guy Gardner, dude. Come on, dude. We'll all chip in. I swear to God, dude. Come on, dude.
I was going to start taking pictures and starting an Edgar collection. I used to have a mullet collection. Like when I would see mullets in the wild, I would take a picture and save that shit. That was a collection. But
dude,
the thing is that it was older guys that had mullets. I wasn't going to cruise around the mall and take pictures of little boys and shit. I was creepy. So I decided against it.
I'm just gonna stroke this beautiful mullet right here for you.
Yeah, we had a homie who had like a thing for girls in wheelchairs, and that was weird for a long time.
Oh my God.
All right, it's 11 o'clock.
Hold on.
That's a good way to end the show.
That's
a good way to end the show.
Girls on wheelchair.
But did you guys get the notice that registration is now open for Nearman Sunday?
I did see that. Yes.
Okay.
I already put my vendor application in.
Thank you very much. All right.
I'm gonna do mine tonight.
Hey Isaac, can you send me a link to that? I think the collection connection might come out of the fucking woodwork for this.
It's emailed to you directly, like to your direct email, but I'll send it to you.
Cool. So
you can still do it through their website, Nate, or through their Instagram. It's on there.
You want me to email it to you?
I would love it, or email or text or whatever. But I got some shit I gotta sell. All right.
Right. Later.
Thanks everybody for coming, and then I'll be communicating throughout the week where we're gonna.
Thank you, audience, for hanging out with us, dude.
If you guys got something in the lane, yeah. Well, we were 20 minutes late too. That was my
love,
bad.
peace, and chicken grease,
baby.
Later.